Hello, my name is Jonathan Carr with Glorious Flow Ministries. Today, I want to talk about the Ten Commandments and honoring, revering, and loving the Lord thy God. So, we're in Exodus 20. I'm going to Exodus 20. I'm going to be talking about the Ten Commandments and the revelation that Moses got of the Ten Commandments. Um, I want to talk about my revelation first. My revelation of the Ten Commandments came from my grandmother, Yolanda Holder. Rest in peace. She died while I was incarcerated. She used to read us Bible stories. Me, my brother, and my sister. She used to read us Bible stories of Jesus, about Moses, the Israelites, Ten Commandments. So that's my revelation. When I first got introduced was back when my grandmother used to read to us about the Ten Commandments. But I was running wild and free out in the world, so I eventually I guess I forgot about them. But God held me at a standard still. I forgot about them just running wild in the world, and found myself in constant trouble. But God was always with me. When I look back on my life, God was always with me. I would always get in some stuff, but I would always come out the end like unscathed. And if I did get scathed, it wasn't as bad as people would want it to be. Or my bad, excuse my language, or how bad I would thought it would be. I would always come out on the smooth end of things. It's just that grace. So yeah. But I want to thank God. I want to thank whoever watching this. Again, um, Moses had obtained the Ten Commandments on Mount Sinai for our people, the Israelites, to give us a sense of direction. Because we was going into the promised land, we had to get these rules and instructions. But we was a stiff-necked people as it is today. We rebelled and followed the golden calf, which we still do today. But these are the Ten Commandments. These are the instructions of life, basic instructions. So I'm in Exodus 20. I'm going to go ahead and read. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor, do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath day to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male servant or your female servant, or your livestock, or the sojourner who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. Now when all the people saw the thunder and the flashes of lightning and the sound of the trumpet and the mountain smoking, the people were afraid and trembled, and they stood far off and said to Moses, you speak to us, and we will listen, but do not let God speak to us, lest we die. Moses said to the people, do not fear, for God has come to test you, that the fear of him may be before you, that you may not sin. The people stood far off, while Moses drew near to the thick darkness where God was. I bring the Ten Commandments to you because, man, like I said, I was running wild, young, wild, and free in the world, just lost, man, just living. But God, man. Like I said, I was incarcerated when my grandmother died, and God came to me while I was locked up and gave me the Ten Commandments. You know, through the Spirit. And in that time, my mother was enduring this loss. I could, console her and reassure her that God got her, that she came and did what she was supposed to do, her divine mission. My grandmother came and she did what she needed to do, and she transitioned, she passed on. She did what she had to do. And when it was time for me to be awakened, I was awakened, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything. I'm not saying that, but I'm striving towards the kingdom. I'm striving towards the goal, So anybody that's trying to judge me or casting their expectations on me, go ahead. Y'all can do that. But just know that I'm living my life for me. I'm not living for y'all. I'm living for Christ. I'm living for me. I'm living for my family. I'm living for my babies. I'm living for the ones that still think about me, that still, that know that I'm true, that I'm real, that everything that I'm doing it from the heart, from the best of my ability of my mindset. I'm doing my best not to do anything out of selfish ambition. I'm making sure that I'm being considerate of others. I'm thinking about others. But hey, I know that a lot of people out there is lost, so I know how serious this content is about the Ten Commandments, honoring and revering Christ and loving him. He says, love him with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy soul. So in our daily day interactions, encounters, we think about him, we think about him. We just out here just living for the world, man. We gotta start, man. Because once you wake up to the truth that these come with curses and blessings for our people. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. The reason why these 10 commandments are beneficial and detrimental to our people. We're going to go to Deuteronomy. Give me a second. I'm almost there. So I'm in Deuteronomy 28. I'm on Deuteronomy 28. Blessings for obedience. So and if you faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God, being careful to do all his commandments that I command you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, if you obey the voice of the Lord your God. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of your womb, and the fruit of your ground, and the fruit of your cattle, the increase of your herds, and the young of your flock. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. The Lord will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before you. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. The Lord will command the blessings on you in your barns and in all that you undertake. And he will bless you in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. The Lord will establish you as a people holy to himself, as he has sworn to you, if you keep the commandments of the Lord your God and walk in his ways. And all the peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of you. And the Lord will make you abound in prosperity, in the fruit of your womb, and in the fruit of your livestock, and in the fruit of your ground, within the land that the Lord swore to your fathers to give you. The Lord will open to you his good treasury in the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hands. And you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. And you shall only go up and not down, if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, being careful to do them. And if you do not turn aside from any of the words that I command you today, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. So that was blessings for obedience. Curses for disobedience. But if you will not obey the voice of the Lord your God, or be careful to do all his commandments and his statutes that I command you today, then all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Cursed shall be your basket, your kneading bowl. Cursed shall be the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your ground, the increase of your herds and the young of your flock. Cursed shall you be when you come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out. The Lord will send on you curses, confusion, and frustration, and all that you undertake to do, until you are destroyed and perish quickly on account of the evil of your deeds, because you have forsaken me. The Lord will make the pestilence stick to you until he has consumed you off the land that you are entering to take possession of it. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease, and with fever, inflammation, and fiery heat, and with drought, and with blight, and with mildew. They shall pursue you until you perish. And the heavens over your head shall be bronze, and the earth under you shall be iron. The Lord will make the rain of your land powder from the heaven Dust shall come down on you until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. And you shall be a horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. And your dead body shall be food for all the birds of the air and for the beasts of the earth. And there shall be no one to frighten them away. The Lord will strike you with boils of Egypt, and with tumors and scabs and itch, of which you cannot be healed. The Lord will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of the mind, and you shall grope at noonday as the blind grope in the darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways, and you shall only be oppressed and robbed continually, and there shall be no one to help you. You shall betroth a wife, but another man shall ravish her. You shall build a house, but you shall not dwell in it. You shall plant a vineyard, but you shall not enjoy its fruit. Your ox shall be slaughtered before your eyes, but you shall not eat any of it. Your donkey shall be seized before your face, but shall not be restored to you. Your sheep shall be given to your enemies, but there shall be no one to help you. Your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people, while your eyes look on and fail with longing for them all day long, but you shall be helpless. A nation that you have not known shall eat up the fruit of your ground and all and of all your labors, and you shall be only oppressed and crushed continually. So that you are driven mad by the sights that your eyes see. The Lord will strike you on the knees and on the legs with grievous boils of which you cannot be healed, from the sole of your feet to the crown of your head. The Lord will bring you and your king whom you set over you to a nation that neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, and you should become a horror, a proverb, and a byword among all the peoples where the Lord will lead you. You shall carry much seed into the field, and shall gather in little, for the locust shall consume it. You shall plant vineyards and dress them, but you shall neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them. You shall have olive trees throughout all your territory, but you shall not anoint yourself with the oil, for your olives shall drop off. You shall father sons and daughters, but they shall not be yours, for they shall go into captivity. The cricket shall possess all your trees and the fruit of your ground. The sojourner who is among you shall rise higher and higher above you, and you shall come down lower and lower. He shall lend to you, and you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. All these curses shall come upon you and pursue you and overtake you till you are destroyed, because you did not obey the voice of the Lord your God to keep his commandments and his statutes, the commandment that he commanded you. They shall be a sign and a wonder against you and your offspring forever, because you did not serve the Lord your God with joyfulness and gladness of heart, because of the abundance of all things. Therefore you shall serve your enemies, whom the Lord will send against you, in hunger and in thirst and nakedness and lacking everything. And he will put a yoke of iron on your neck until he has destroyed you. The Lord will bring a nation against you from far away, from the ends of the earth, swooping down like the eagle. A nation whose language you do not understand, a hard-faced nation who shall not respect the old or show mercy to the young. It shall eat the offspring of your cattle and the fruit of your ground until you are destroyed. It also shall not leave your ground. It also shall not leave your grain, wine, or oil, the increase of your herds, or the young of your flock, until they have caused you to perish. They shall besiege you, you and all your towns, your high and fortified walls in which you have trusted. come down throughout all your land, and they shall besiege you, and all your towns throughout all your land, which the Lord your God has given you. And you shall eat the fruit of your womb, the flesh of your sons and daughters, whom the Lord your God has given you, in the siege and in the distress with which your enemies shall distress you. The man who is the most tender and refined among you will begrudge food to his brother, to the wife he embraces, and to the last of the children whom he has left, so that he will not give to any of them any of the flesh of his children whom he is eating, because he has nothing else left. In the siege and in the distress with which your enemies shall distress you in all your towns, the most tender and refined woman among you, who would not venture to set the sole of her feet on the ground, because she is so delicate and tender, will begrudge to the husband she embraces, to her son and to her daughter, her afterbirth that comes out from between her feet, and her children whom she bears, because lacking everything she will eat them secretly. In the siege and in the distress with which your enemies shall distress you in your towns, if you are not careful to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that you may fear this glorious and awesome name, the Lord your God, then the Lord will bring on you and your offspring extraordinary afflictions, afflictions severe and lasting, and sickness grievous and lasting. And he will bring upon you again all these diseases of Egypt, of which you were afraid, and they shall cling to you. Every sickness also and every affliction that is not recorded in the book of this law, the Lord will bring upon you until you are destroyed. Whereas you were as numerous as the stars of heaven, you shall be left few in number, because you did not obey the voice of the Lord your God. And as the Lord took delight in doing you good and multiplying you, so the Lord will take delight in bringing ruin upon you and destroying you. And you shall be plucked off the land that you are entering to take possession of it. And the Lord will scatter you among all peoples, from one end of the earth to the other, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your fathers have known. And among these nations you shall find no respite, and there shall be no resting place for the sole of your foot, but the Lord will give you there a trembling heart and failing eyes and a languished soul. Your life shall hang in doubt before you, night and day. You shall be in dread and have no assurance of your life. In the morning you shall say, if only it were evening. And at evening you shall say, if only if it were morning. Because of the dread that your heart shall feel, and the sights that your eyes shall see. And the Lord will bring you back in ships to Egypt, a journey that I promised that you should never make again. And there you shall offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but there will be no buyer. I don't think a lot of people, they say they believe in God, but they don't honor the commandments. It's a joke. I done sat here. It's a joke. It's just an act. The church, they're not honoring or holding the commandments. They're celebrating pagan holidays, honoring the pagan holidays, but that's the American tradition. You can't knock them because they took the pledge. We all did. But once you wake up to the truth and you understand that, hey, this is all a simulation, this is all a test being ran here, and God is real, the devil is real, and Satan is the god of this world. We're not honoring Christ. We're not revering him as we should as a people. You know, humanity. I'm not just making this a black thing. You know, humanity. My brothers and sisters, and my brothers and sisters in Christ. And we know that our brothers and sisters are the ones that follow his will, that strive to do his will. We are kin to them. You know, there's a war going on outside, and people are being recruited. So beware of the information that you're telling people. If you're not awake, be aware of the information that you're telling your close kin, your people, your friends, because once you come into the truth, you are the threat. Like they said, like the same people you're trying to wake up is the same people that's pulling, you know, they're pulling the strings behind. They're trying to keep you asleep. They don't want you to wake up. They love their sin. They love their sin. It's okay. Like, they're programmed to do this. You know, they can't help themselves. They can't help them. They've been doing it for so long. They're asleep, you know. But it is costly. It is a spiritual currency that we all have to pay. We all have to pay. The Jew first, and then the Greek. So we must love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy soul. Strive towards the gates, the holy gates, the narrow way. Strive towards it. You only live once, you know, the 10 commandments. Those are the basic instructions while living on earth. While we here and we trying to walk this path, this journey, the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments, I can't stress it enough. Because I was in the cell crying and he came in, this where you've been lacking, this where you've been slacking. This, you need to wake up. Knocked on my heart. I had to open the door, you know. I opened the door and he came right in. He embraced me and allowed me to be a part of his team. And told me, hey, it's time for you to be a man. It's time for you to step up to the plate and be the leader that I asked you and require you to be, that I sent you here to be. You know, they gonna laugh at you. They gonna mock at you. They gonna scoff at you. They're gonna try to dim your light. They're gonna try to snuff your light out. But hey, it's time for you to start walking in purpose. And the purpose of life is to fear God and keep his commandments. I don't know if nobody ever told y'all that. Fear God and keep his commandments. You know, that's the best concept that I can give you on walking this path, is to fear God and keep his commandments. That's the golden rule in life. To have your blessings and have those breakthroughs and have him just move mysteriously. You can see real transformation. Real transformation. You can see God move, man. You can see God move. You can see the compassion. You can see the love. Ain't no love out here no more. But God still got love. And there's a few. There's a living few, chosen few that still got love, that still express love. But you must know, oh, we living in the last days. And oh, the love of many has waxed cold. Trust and believe. You know? And I'm not looking for no pity party. I'm not looking for nobody to feel sorry for me. No. No. I come to you to bring you the message that those 10 commandments, start looking at them and applying them to your life, and you will really see change. Honoring Christ, we will start to see change. We just got to start living a better life. You know, we got to start living a better life. Because if you ask me, man, it's a dirty game going on. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game, y'all. It's a dirty game. So we must stay prayed up. Keep God first, because he gonna expose it. That's why they hate him. He gonna expose it for what it is. He's gonna give you the eyes to see and the ears to hear. You know? And in process, it's in processes, in due process, through evolution, he'll show you. He is the truth. And he's still the same. He ain't never changed. He'll be the same. He was the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He gonna be the same. So don't fear, man. Don't fear. It may get, you may be afraid. You may get scared. You may get scared. Man, it's normal. It's life. But man, have heart. Take courage. Just know that he died for you. So be strong. Wake up with the mindset that, man, you deserve to be here. You belong here. Because Christ, he allowed it to. Hey, he got the last say. He got the last say. They can try to manipulate, do whatever they want to do. But he got the last say. He the one that's going to open the doors. He going to close the doors. But just know that if that door is closed, it's happening for you. You're not knowing what they saying. You're not seeing what's going on behind your back. So before they try to humble you, they will be humbled. He's done with that. He don't want to see his people go through that. Man, look, we being humble every day. I see it every day. We being humble every day. Our own people, man, we being humbled by our own people. Our own people humble us. But it's a dog-eat-dog world. But a lot of people, many people, we live in a lie, and we being spiritually robbed. I'm not perfect. I'm just saying that. Like I said in my previous videos, I'm scum. I'll take that. You don't want me on your block? Cool. But the gospel will be proclaimed. It will be preached throughout all nations. Because I didn't come here. I didn't come this far to just give up on Christ, because he ain't give up on me. So they could play possum, because we know that's what y'all doing. And y'all know who y'all are. We can continuously play possum. We can play the energy declines. We can play the I'ma call you back roles. Nah, man. All that shit, all that's done. It's dead. So if y'all gonna play them games, life is a game. But just know I serve the true architect. And he gonna expose it in his time. The darkness comes to the light. So the plots that they're plotting, it'll come. But these are other videos. I want to keep. Sorry, I got carried away. I want to keep it on the 10 Commandments and revering Christ. My name is Jonathan Carr with Glorious Flow Ministries. God bless y'all. Y'all stay true. Keep y'all heads up. Stay in the light. Keep God first. Remember the 10 Commandments daily. If you can, share them with your fellow neighbor. That's fulfilling the law. It's loving thy neighbor as thyself. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Stay true. Salute.